welcome back to another episode of A State of Loud.
Yes,
I'm your
sir.
host here, Christopher Jefferson, and join with me is the one and only AJX Beast Mode. Welcome to the show, my guy. How are you doing,
man?
today?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Once again, life's moving. Life is moving. Yeah.
Life is life, and life is moving.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I mean, I want to dive deep on that, but we're going to leave it there. It's the beginning of the show to be having life is life, and life is moving.
Yeah, man.
But I think that's a good thing, man. You having a good week so far?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Good, man. I know we've been working a lot. You've been outside with us all week and
Mad team.
and getting stuff done. We're going to be busy tonight. We're busy tomorrow. And then, the weekend is always the grind on everything else. But you know what they say, like success does not come to those who sit and wait for it. You got to go get it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic of the show is going to revolve around the topic, the company that you keep. I've really wanted to dive into this topic because many people discuss about how the effects of the friends you have can dictate your future, but they really don't dive into the rules, regulations, thoughts, ideas, or ways about looking at that in your life, who you keep around, who not to keep around, how do you gain new friends in your circle. It's kind of just a phrase, right? Because if we think about it, the average person, the group of people in which they actually get to interact with is when they go to school, when they go to work, or any hobbies that they interact with. Right? Let's think about it. Outside of that, other than in your family, right? So outside of that, you have those four major contacts. Outside of that, we constitute them as strangers, right? Even though we're all human beings here, we're not really strangers, but somebody you're not really close to and comfortable with. So if you're in a place where you're currently living your life, first off, let me start by saying this. Your friend circle and the people you keep around you is not the primary dictator of the outcome of your life. Because if you decide you want to be different and you want to change your life for the better in whichever way that may be, and it's different and does not align with the people around you, you still have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like having the support of friends and family at some point will become a great luxury. But it's a luxury that's needed. Because when you start venturing out and you start changing your life, the first instinctual thing you'll have is curiosity. Right? Like we talked a little bit earlier about film and media, and like when you first got to get a taste of whatever the hobby is, you're excited. You do all the research to get the gear. You're watching YouTube reviews. Should I go with the cheap gear? Should I get the expensive gear? I want to buy this car. I want to do that car, these clothes, outfit, whatever it is. You're trying to find the top people in that area and be like, recommend me the videos of these people. And you're trying to dig in, but that's where the excitement comes from, right? Now, say you go from watching the videos to putting it into acting your life. That's the true test. Because that's going to be where you are going to say, I'm taking the actions needed to change my life for the better in this direction because this speaks to me. This is my calling. This chose me. This is where I'm going with this, right? That's when things get different. And in the beginning, like you're not going to have a crowd around you to rely on in that, right? You have your immediate friends, and you're going to have your own individual hobby, and that's cool because it may be your thing for a while, and you may try to bring other people in, and that's normal. Like some friends are going to be cool with it, not everyone. You're still going to be cool friends. No one did anything wrong to push them away. And I think it's important to have different views to round you out, no matter what field you're in, right? Where you usually don't see the challenge facing when it comes to your company that you keep, your friends, your family, is when you start growing as a person inside the values of the new thing that you're interested in. Because that'll change you. Right? Like I think we talked about this, AJ. Like when you started really pushing into media, doing stuff for YouTube, like, and you really dove in, was everyone in your friends circle down for the cause to actually participate? Nah, right? It was different. It was different. You were the guy doing something different. You took a chance on a lead. You bought a camera, said, I'm going to point this at myself and go outside and talk to people Just like how I got a camera and a mic and I'm sitting here
Yeah.
talking to you people, but you made a choice and you made an investment.
Mm-hmm.
And after you make the choice and investment, then you have to invest the most valuable thing you have. And that's your time.
Yep.
I think it's when we start to invest our time into something, truly, and we start to see the change in ourselves is when we start to realize like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm becoming a little different. And that becomes a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Because we grow, and our instinct is we want the people to grow around us. Because once
It's happening to me right now.
right
Now.
That's
crazy.
literally right.
Yeah.
So in that part of your journey where you're looking for people to grow with you, and maybe they're not, what do you feel is like your inherent instinct of what to do and how to handle that?
My biggest thing is just distance. You know that saying, like loving a person from a distance. Like,
Wow.
So
my first question is going to be, do you put that distance there purposely, or do you find that it just happens naturally?
happens naturally, always. It's always been that way. Like I've noticed even when I really started getting serious, like back on the topic of me getting serious with the media.
Yes.
The very first time we really started like going out, filming, working on projects,
Yeah.
I started to notice that there were certain people that just didn't. They would get tired of me bringing up. They're like, "Yo, I'm out in Dumbo."
They wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
They wasn't
So-
having you coming out. They didn't want to come out the house.
So yeah, that's it. It happens naturally in the universe. The universe will naturally bring and take out people that are meant for you.
So let's dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Let's dive in, right? So the one thing you said is like when you first started getting serious, there were some people that just got tired of hearing about the places you were going and things you were doing. It's easy for us to sit here and say that we're jealous. That's easy. That's easy. It's a human trait. Oh, you're just jealous of me. It makes them the evildoer, and it makes us the pride and joy, the hero.
Yeah.
That's easy for the ego, but I think it's way deeper than that, and I think it has nothing to do with us. Because you think about it, right? You found something you love to do. You're getting opportunity to do it on a higher level, right? To experience things a lot of people don't experience.
Yeah.
Regardless of those people being involved in that area or not, you're showing them that more is possible. And that is where it can get kind of scary because back to it again, the world we know for most people extends within the realms of
Comfortability.
where they live, where they work, and their friend circle, and then school or family. And then you can throw in some traveling there, but I don't include traveling too much. I do think traveling is important to widen your circle and it changes you, but it's not your day-to-day and daily activity and habit and friend circle. You can make friends and keep them, and that may change you, but it depends on how much traveling inflicts your life. This is where it gets funny because you're showing people there's more to life than where I'm at, and that is a sensitive subject for most people.
Yeah.
Because we all, especially in the beginning of our lives, paint a picture of what happiness looks like. What's that beautiful painted picture of our lives going to look like? What are we doing to achieve and build and gain the life we want? We paint this pretty little picture, and I can only speak for myself, but there were definitely times in my life I painted a picture that basically told me where you're at right now is what you want, where you want to be. This is great. You're enjoying this is everything you wanted. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I taught myself to settle. I taught myself to kind of tell myself stories to make my life and surroundings and my beliefs manageable. So I didn't feel like I was doing something wrong, and I created a box that made me feel big in it. I was the king of my castle. I didn't need to.
Yeah.
I didn't need more. I got plenty. I'm doing great. But I was only doing great within my own world. Because the minute I step out of my world and you go someplace else and you're like, well, how they get all this?
Damn.
How they doing this?
How? Wait, how?
What's the secret? Where's the sauce at? Somebody give me the sauce. Is it the job? Let me get a job at your company. It ain't the job.
What person I need to go to sign the contract?
Seriously, what you know? Where you know at? What we selling?
Yo.
This is before OnlyFans. You couldn't just come outside and sell talent. I'm being so serious.
That was before
bro.
that was before the media.
This was way
man.
before social media times. Like I think MySpace was just getting big.
Yeah.
So
Even before MySpace, you had people like Michael though.
Yeah.
So they did it before.
So that's the
streams and
thing,
all
but
that. Yeah.
but we idolize celebrities and we almost make them idols, right? That word idolize somebody. We make you an idol. We make you an object. We make you a thing. You're special. You're here because you have something unique. I can't do that. And that's a crazy thing. We tell ourselves, I can't do something. Or I can't, I just I can't do something. It's a crazy thing to say about yourself.
It's crazy.
You're implementing a limitation on your life that no one else can change. They can either intensify your belief or make you feel bad about the belief you have in yourself. Let's take the two examples. You say to yourself, right, I can't do this. I'm trying as hard as I can. This is as far as I can go. You get a friend that says, you know what, you're right. Good job. Pat in the back. You did a great job. Go home. You now believe, all right, well, I did my best, and he's right. He confirmed that for me. I can go home, sleep well. I tried my best. And that may be true. It may not. You may have more in the tank. David Goggins says we don't get tired until we're at the 40% mark. There's still 60% left in us.
Damn.
Go read a man's book. I'm just saying.
I got the
interviews,
book.
right?
I got the book, yeah.
So it's is your stopping point really your stopping point? Now you may have the other friend that says, nah, bro, you could have went way further. I believe in you. You could do way better. Depending where you are on your journey, you're either going to listen to him and say, yeah, I can. Or you're going to say, he's making the belief I have in myself seem like it's not true, that I didn't give my best, and I don't like that way he's making me feel. You're now making me feel bad about myself.
I might even get defensive.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't like you no more. You're the problem. I don't like you no more. You're not supporting me. You're putting me down, telling me I could do better. You know, what are you saying? I'm lazy?
No.
I mean, are you? I guess that's the question. Are you being lazy? And I know you say it from day one, AJ. It goes back to knowing yourself and being honest with yourself.
Facts.
Now, let's bring it back. How does that fold into the people that you keep in your circle, right?
Yo.
I'm just saying.
No, that's real, though. Yeah.
When you connect it back,
yeah,
your company you keep is going to be another barometer of your life.
If do you know yourself? Do you know the people that are
do your friends know themselves? Because guess what? If your friends if your friends don't truly know who they are,
and you're
in a sense, and you're around them, they're going to project who they are into you, and you now have to fit into a box that suits them.
Yo.
So it's really a friends thing, man. It's why they say protect your energy. It's why they say protect your energy and be careful about the people you have around you, because if you're on your journey and you're somewhat lost, you're looking for yourself, finding who you are, and you don't know who you are, and you start trusting people, and you start believing them, and then all of a sudden you believe in their practices, you try them, and they go, this ain't working for me. You gonna get mad at them? You guided me down the wrong way. I thought you had the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. Sway had the answers. Go independent of yourself. Look at Kanye now. God bless him. I'm glad his brothers could be cool with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't have. We have to kind of go through the trenches to understand. Not everyone has answers. Like that's
why even with your friends, you should question everything.
Yeah, you should be willing to. But we should be willing to question our friends. We should be able to look at and ask questions to understand and believe, and you're and learn from a curious perspective, not just to prove them wrong. Right? Like I have friends that have different lifestyles than me, and we may tease each other for our lifestyle choices, but never is there a point where my friend tells me what I want is wrong. That's the beautiful part of it. We can all be ridiculous, and we'll make fun of each other openly for being, I don't want to say weird, but for being unique.
Yeah.
And then they'll even come in and enjoy some of my uniqueness, right? And then they'll learn something new. But that's part of the journey of expanding your horizon. So you have these friends, you're growing in your journey. You're learning more about yourself. You're starting to realize what I like and what I want to do is different than my friend circle, different than my family, different than my environment. I'm starting to feel alone. I got nobody to talk to. I got maybe some people online in the community, some people that I'm become friends with, but I really don't have a constant support system to provide me the comfort I had with my old friends. What do I do? Seriously, like when you think about it, in that moment, you're going to feel so lost.
Yeah.
Because everything you know and everything you knew is starting to be different than what your heart desires and what you're working towards and going after. And you're saying, all right, well, what do I do? Like, I want to keep my old friends around, but when I'm around them, I don't feel the same. Mm. The expectations I had for them that they were fulfilling is gone. Ooh, so you had expectations of your friends. Maybe they don't fit that no more. Maybe you got to treat them in a different light. Maybe you're not that friend that's going to go out and build with me. Maybe you're just that friend that hangs out with me at the bar. Mm-hmm. Go to a restaurant. Go to a club. Hang out on the weekends. Go to brunch. Mm-hmm. Sit in Hoboken and discuss app ideas by the pier. Maybe they're not going to build them. Maybe they will build them. Who knows what they do?
Yeah, I would say it definitely comes down to the conversations.
It does come down.
You can learn your friends through the conversations that are shared.
Yeah, yeah.
I've learned that heavily. Like, not even only with my friends, but with people that I tend to let in, per se. I've noticed, like, certain conversations that they would have, it just wouldn't allow me, and I would automatically just distance myself.
So let's get into that, right?
Yeah.
So you're at that point, you're kind of alone, and you accept yourself. If I want to have people along this journey with me, along my path that are doing the things I'm doing, I'm going to have to meet some new friends.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I got to let go of my old ones completely, which I don't think you should. If they're good and they're positive people in your life, they could just
I got some good friends,
They could support you.
I know they're watching. I got some good friends.
Yeah, shout out to the friends watching.
Yeah, shout out
Hit
to
the like button right now, please.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man.
Please follow us on Instagram and say it loud. But let's talk about that, because you mentioned opening up and letting people in. What's your process in that?
I would say I usually with me, there's always this gut, like, I always have, like, a gut feeling.
Okay.
And that's with everybody. It's not just friends, but even when it came down to being with my girlfriend. Like, I've always had like, a feeling, whether it was a good or bad feeling, and that would basically let me know if this person is good for me. And then the second step is basically just me conversing with them, right? What is it are you, like, what are you trying to build? What are you what are you into, right? Things like that. And then we would just talk, and if anything stood out to me that didn't resonate with me, I will automatically feel it.
So it's almost like a building process.
Yeah.
Because I guess you're
in a sense vetting.
In a sense you're vetting, right? Yeah. You're learning you're giving people the space to feel out who they truly are. Mm-hmm. And that takes time, right? Some people you can know immediately. You could be like, okay, this person I definitely don't vibe with. They're doing things I don't like. And sometimes you're like, that's, you know what? They do have qualities that I like, but they have some I don't necessarily agree with. Maybe they're in their growing process. I'm be a little patient, right? People are long-term investments, whether we think it or not. No 100%. One finds a spouse and says, this is the one, and we're perfect the way we are. It's a growing process of growing together. And that's with friendships as well. So you meet the new people, they're aligned with what you do, you're grinding out, and then all of a sudden they take a left turn.
Hey.
They weren't necessarily what you think they were. They weren't growing the way you think they would grow. You guys start kind of not vibing each other. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think we don't say that, like, on your journey, people are going to be with you for a lifetime or as a season or even just an event, right? I had a spiritual guide once tell me, is this person meant to be with you or are they just an assignment?
Oh.
Damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
She came out the gates swinging with that. And
so
it made
I gave you the book, right? That's when I gave you the book.
Oh, yeah, she gave me a book. She wrote a book, bro. We'll definitely have her on one day. But she got into the conversation about really truly asking yourself and in the universe as well, like, is this person meant for me? If you have questions, why not try to answer them? Try to dissect it a little bit. It's almost as if sometimes we're afraid to dissect things to get answers because we're afraid of what they may be.
Damn.
Think about it. How many people are truly willing to ask themselves if they're happy with their lives and be honest? I say that wholeheartedly because I remember my cousin once said to me, you like to make these little tea parties and just convince yourself that this is the greatest thing ever. And I was like, ma'am, you have to stop with this. I don't like the truth coming to me, but it's real life. And even recently, I realized the biggest thing about my life is that your friends are going to be a mirror of your societal views of yourself, if that makes sense. Your friends are going to be your mirror, right? So if your societal views of yourself, if you sit here and you have friends that's always talking about they broke, always talking about ain't got no money. When y'all go out to eat, they complain about how much the item costs on the menu. They always joking with the waiter, talking about, you could bring us 4 waters with lemons. We're going to make ourselves some lemonade. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I did it. I still get water in my lemon when I go to the store.
I still do that.
So, I mean, but if you're surrounded by people that are always living in that space, even when you start to grow, you won't see yourself differently.
Yeah.
You won't, man. And I went through that. I went through the fact, I mean, I got to a point in my life I was financially in a good place, and I was ready to move out and get my own place. I wanted to live in Jersey City. I want to get back out there. I want to move back out to Jersey City, right? Oh. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, I got to save more money. I don't have enough to live here. And I had a friend say, you could afford that. Are you kidding me? The money you make, you could easily afford that. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, write down your finances. And literally at a diner on one of those paper placemats, I wrote out my finances, and I was like, I could easily afford to have my own place. This is crazy. Why was I thinking I couldn't? But because I was not surrounding myself with people that were in a similar spot as me, I was seeing myself through their eyes and through their circumstances. I didn't have the same drive, adventure, and risk-taking of thinking I could do something. It became a risk. Oh, that's a big step if I want to do that. Why? Because when they talked about it, none of them had none of those people I was around were financially in a secure enough spot to provide that some stuff for themselves. Right?
Oh.
And it almost makes you realize, like, you have to be willing to check yourself once in a while. Where are you at in your growth? And look around you and say, do I have an accurate view of myself based on me, or is the accurate view of myself based on the reflection my friends put upon me?
My team.
That's
real.
Just think about it, right? Like, AJ, let's put you in this scenario, right?
Oh shit.
It's not a homework assignment or a quiz. Like, he's like, don't pull me.
I hate homework, man.
Don't pull me into this. I didn't want to do this. My goal is to sit here and chill. Don't give me tests. I'm not answering these questions, bro. There's no grades on this shit.
Oh man.
A, state of loud. You know what grade we're expecting.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But my jokes are so corny sometimes. But hey, it's all good. Just like this shirt. Dang, I'm storing to myself. I like this shirt. I like.
It's a nice shirt, man.
Thank you. I'm trying to get a little snazzy with it. The hat was matching. That was a good vibe.
Should have kept the hat on. Man.
I might. Next show, I might rock the hat. Bro, it's gonna probably happen. I'm gonna rock the hat next show. Yo. But put you in the perspective of this, right? You're doing your media thing, you blow up, bro. Everything takes off. YouTube takes off. Film's taking off. You're doing big things. Your whole world changes. You got money now. You hanging out with some people that got some money. Your worldview changed, but you go back to hang out with your friends that really don't. How open and welcoming and are you going to be to seeing the world and the new accessibility you have? The mindset of your circle is like this big.
Damn.
Think about it.
Sheesh.
It's a big point, right? It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
How many of us are living within the limitations of our friend circle? How many of us are out there living within the limitations of our families?
It's crazy because even now, like, I feel like I'm just now learning this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just now, well, not necessarily learning it, but I'm just now becoming aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Me being 24 now is crazy.
Pushing 25 is wild.
Dame. Shout out to Dame, man. Shout out to Dame,
Big
man.
shout out to Dame.
This guy.
Always making you feel older than you are. Always making you feel older.
Yo, this guy just turned, 21 and don't know how to act.
21.
But I'm really just now becoming aware of, like, how the circles, and not only the circles, but like you said, your family plays a big role in how you think, or what you think you can do or can't do. So it's deep, man. Super deep.
It does run deep. And I want to kind of dig into that stigma. Well, if your friend circle is going to be a reflection of the world you see, do you just get rid of everybody and move on? I don't think that's true.
No.
I think you have to really look at your friends and say to yourself, where do they sit in this journey? What do I need? what expectations do I have of them, and are my expectations of them unreal?
Yep.
Right? Because I don't think that's a bad thing to ask. I think we should have expectations or none, or let our friends set the expectations they have. Like if you got that one friend that's always late, never making plans, and never hitting you up, you automatically know this is probably a person I'm not gonna hang out with. You got that friend that says they want to work with you, and then every time it comes down, they don't actually work with you. You can understand that telling you who they are. It's understanding of where their value sits with you. I have friends that we don't do a lot of work together, any work together, but we can have lunch together, talk about our life, talk about our journey, and just openly and emotionally be able to vent and express life and get advice and understand it and compress and comprehend things together. And it's a great friend to have. I don't need to build my career with that person because they fulfill another need in my life, another slot that other people aren't. It happens with relationships. A lot of people get in relationships thinking my spouse is now going to fulfill the need of all these spots I had in my life. My spouse is going to be my best friend. They're going to be my cook. They're going to be my financial support system and assistant. They're going to be my emotional support system and assistant. They're going to fulfill these needs I may have left over from childhood traumas that I need to be addressed. They're going to be out here my coach. They're going to be my colleague. They're going to be my personal trainer. And they're going to be my maid, and they're going to fulfill all my needs.
Healing, this is why healing is essential, man.
Yeah.
You have to heal. You have to heal with yourself before you even think about bringing people in.
Yeah, because all that's lies.
Yeah, all of it.
All that's lies. And no one person can fulfill all those needs. Your spouse can be your best friend, but I can guarantee they're your best friend in a different light than your best friend, your other best friends. I think it comes down to understanding the value in which people place in your lives. Because everyone's still a human being, and the minute you understand that each human being out here is going through a journey of understanding and expressing their true emotions of self and understanding who they are through that exploration of self, you start to look at people as human beings instead of just objects with resumes. Because like we said before, human beings are long-term investments. And if you truly want to succeed in this world, you have to be willing to pour into them the same way that people have probably poured into you through your journey. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too crazy. All right, that's it. That's the end of the show. Thank you guys. Bye. Nah, it's not that easy, man. Like I can tell you from some days, oh man. I can tell you some days and others, like when you get to a point where people align with your purpose and are truly building with you in different facets, you begin to appreciate them more. And because they take the weight off of other people to fulfill their needs, you start appreciating those other people more. Now, don't get me wrong. When you grow and the further you push yourself, the smaller your friend circle may or may not be until you find your tribe, right? Like like I thought I found my tribe. I thought I found my tribe in high school, and I found my high school tribe. Great bunch of people. Really love them to death till this day. Big shout out to my Linden homies. Still love them to this day, but this is a part of my journey that they're not as much a part of just because it doesn't align with where their lives are going. There's no hard feelings. There's no ill will or love. Like I still love and appreciate all of them. I love and appreciate all you guys. But this is a part of the journey they're just not on. Still root for them, still love them, still support them, still think extremely highly of them, love the memories we made. But now I have to be willing to say I have to grow, learn into something that's good and right for me. And it doesn't devalue what they want to do. And that's the beautiful thing is because everybody wants one thing or another. The minute you realize what it is you want, you can then go find your tribe and do it. No one has a wrong answer of what they want for their life. That's the one thing that I've realized. There's no wrong answer. If you want to live a certain life, if that makes you happy, go enjoy it. But I will say this. Keep the promises that you make to yourself for the life you truly want. Don't lie to yourself. That's the only thing I'll ask. If you're watching this right now, please be bluntly honest with yourself and the life that you want and the people you want to keep. Be bluntly honest with yourself because you owe it to yourself to grow up to be the human being you want to be. You only got one promise in life to yourself, and that's grow up and be the human being you want to be. Like, if you can live life with that level of honesty and work hard enough to achieve those goals, whatever they may be, I can almost guarantee that you're gonna seek a life of fulfillment, of gratitude and happiness in whatever facet that means for you. If you're like, yo, I love gaming, this is my ish, go be the best gamer you can be. Dive in and see your potential. Like, go do it. Don't be afraid. And that's a lie. You're going to be afraid. Let's be real here, right?
Yeah. Starting off is
scary. Getting involved is scary. There's no point involved in your journey. You're not going to be afraid.
Yeah.
And I know because one of my really good friends is an artist, sells his artwork for great amounts of money, does artwork for plenty of celebrities.
My girlfriend's also an artist.
Big shout out to her.
Yeah, big shout out.
I'm hoping her work will go hit them big
no
dollars.
No reality, man.
So literally, when I asked him, I was like, yo, does it ever get to the point where you get to the point where like this becomes your norm? He goes, no, every time I sell a painting, it feels like, holy crap, you're going to pay me that much money for my painting?
Yo.
I was like, it never gets old. He goes, no, it doesn't get old. It gets more exciting as the prices go up. Like, this is crazy amazing. And I thought about that, and I'm like, well, yeah, if you're continuously trying to grow and see how far you can go in life, you're going to have that feeling of constantly outliving the person you were yesterday. And it's going to cause you to change. It's going to cause you to grow. And yes, the people around you will change because you're going to have more opportunities. Let's be honest, success breeds more opportunity.
Yeah.
One of my friends in college told me the difference between his lifestyle and somebody that isn't living a wealthy lifestyle is that he has more options of what he can have for dinner than the person with less money. Think about that. Fame is not fame and fortune. It does not mean you're a miracle worker and you're going to live forever and your life changes. It means you just have more options and experiences and exposure that you can be privy to. Mm-hmm. And now you're saying to yourself, Chris, what does any of this have to do with your circle? Because the circle you keep is going to greatly affect the opportunities and partnerships you gain in whatever your passion is. Mm-hmm. You will be surprised how many favors, how clutch a friend, a colleague, just somebody in the industry that matches with you and vibe with you can be when you align, right? Like think I can name almost every opportunity and gig I've got just because I had a great relationship. Many of my big opportunities came from great relationships. And this doesn't always mean your friends and family. This could be just work. This could be mentors, mentees. This could be anything. But when you are giving truly within your purpose, you're moving with people, you're growing, you usually get to a point where your name will come up in conversations in rooms you're not even in. Yeah. And that is like the best resume you can have. Because they'll say, hey, I know he's really good at this. He's dependable. He's consistent. I need him to come in the room and do this for me for my project because I'm trying to uplift my project. I need your help with this. I'm giving you this grand opportunity. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Let's get it.
People used to say to me, how you get all this free stuff? People just keep giving me stuff. My mom used to say that to me when I was younger. People always giving you things. You're always coming home with stuff. Mm-hmm. I remember I got a car for like $500. No, like $250.
That person still here?
No, God rest his soul. He passed away.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, he sold me a car for $250. Honda Del Sol.
I'm trying to get a car.
It was red, but it was this is a long time ago. I don't know. But God bless him. He just sold me a car for $250, bro.
Wow.
I think it was like $250 or $500. One of those, $250 probably.
It was good working.
It didn't work when he gave it, but you just had to. It would need a new starter and a battery, and kicked over. He just was tired of kickstarting it, so push start, I should say, but. Yeah, like those relationships. Even on this show, like a lot of my guests I met through relationships with other people. Yeah. How I met you was the relationships with other people. Mm-hmm. So the company you keep, like your outreach is almost like a web or spider tentacles. So
Spider-Verse.
If I have a friend that I meet in the industry, he's doing something, and he has 3 friends, like those 3 friends may now become secondary friends to me if I meet them. We start talking, we grow together. This friend has some people in different industries, something I'm involved in or not, but they can work and help me do something. Now they become an asset. So it's not just a mindset of how you perceive yourself or what you can buy, what you can do, and the status you have in life. It's also the opportunities you may get. Because having friends around you that are I don't want to just say like-minded, but like-valued, where they may be grinding and growing in their own right in something different, but they have that same work ethic. having that type of people around you can yield success for all of you. You want to help your friends. It's fun to help your friends. It's nice to help your friends. You can grow together. But if you don't have that, it's hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't pull up an anchor. It's kind of difficult. And that person may only be an anchor because they're not trying to go with you to where you're going.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think. Because at the end of the day, we're all just human beings trying to grow, trying to do better, trying to do things. And I say this, but I don't know everybody. I don't understand everybody yet. Is everyone trying to grow that much?
Yeah. Is everyone human?
I mean, I don't know that either. I mean, I was just listening to another podcast and they were talking about that.
Hey, man. Wrong episode.
Wrong episode. Next episode, aliens on the show.
Draconians invading Earth. No,
but no, I think that's crazy to know. Because, like, let's take some examples of real life how it worked, right? Let's take the podcast industry. Joe Rogan, we can say, is the star of podcast world right now. Biggest podcast in the world. He controls audiences no matter what demographic you are, male, female, black, white. He's the leader. He got a huge contract with Spotify, and they still let him put it back on YouTube. Wow. Okay, no exclusivity, owns his rights. The way that he's helped and build a network of comedians.
Even after being canceled too. I just had to add that.
What?
Even after being canceled.
So. It's hard to cancel something that's just great, right?
Yeah.
Just great. You may not like it, which is okay, but it's hard to cancel things.
Yep.
When their greatness reigns true. So you almost trapped me in there. I was about to go on a tangent with you.
Uh-oh.
I'll let you go on there. I'll let you go. I was about to bring out some stuff. Like,
not yet.
Try to cancel Michael Jackson.
Hey, man.
It's too big, King of Pop.
Come on now.
But Joe Rogan started his podcast, and if you notice, he would have his friends on who were comedians. And he would say, you should start a podcast. You'd be great at this. I'll help you. I'll help you. You would be great at this. You like coming on mine, you should do your own. And all of them started podcasts and literally immediately started seeing growth because of the connections he had, just being a friend helping. Theo Von, amazing comedian, hilarious. I really enjoy his comedy, just a classic old school soul. Started his podcast and just did amazingly well. He goes on tour, sells out big shows, big theater. Sells out theaters. And then who else? All of Joe Rogan's other friends. Yep. Some of them have branched off and gotten shows on YouTube. Some of them have branched out and done more comedy stuff, gotten into movies, TV. But it happens because he's willing to promote and help his friends because he believes in them.
Yeah.
Now imagine they don't have those people. They're just going around doing their life. They may find other opportunities because they may meet people. They may not. We don't know. But having that person in your corner is gold.
Yeah.
Now it's like you got to ask yourself, well, if I'm growing, how can I get back to people? Help, encourage, learn, grow, lend a hand if you can. It doesn't always mean you need to give them opportunity that's going to yield money. Be just supportive. Show up.
Yeah.
Like, we don't talk about how important it is just to show up to support your friends.
Yeah, literally just show up.
To be there on your ventures, man. Like, one thing I truly cherish is the friends that I keep show up. I'll never forget my boy Gary. I was DJing this like underground party in like a warehouse or something in Brooklyn. And it was a wild endeavor, so to speak.
Oh.
And he bought a table and bought bottles, and all my friends came and sat in their booth right in the front. And the party got shut down 15 minutes into my set.
Wow.
He lost his money, a couple $100. And they drove out to Brooklyn for this. But they came to support. Crazy. Beautifully crazy, wild time. Other times I've DJ'd in the city, when I was just starting up, no crowds, he'd be there. I have my girlfriend would be there. Like, everybody would be there. People showed up for me. And that was one of the greatest things, because you feel like, okay, I'm not alone in this. I have support. They believe in me. I can do this. And we don't realize how great of an impact that has on us.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like we remember we hear these stories about like, yeah, I used to play baseball as a kid. No one came to my games. Deion Sanders said when he was younger, no one came to his games, so he had to root for himself, and because of that, he created the persona Prime. Prime was overly confident, super confident, believes in himself, was able to celebrate himself, proud of himself.
Prime time.
He's like, because I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
I know who I am, and he does, because he didn't have people in his corner cheering for him, so he went even harder. But not everyone is that strong-willed, and we undervalue the amount of support we truly need to succeed, because there's a big difference between those that succeed that don't have the support and those are extremely strong people, and they can turn that isolation attitude into power of their own to overcome and to prove people wrong and oversee others. Then you have people that they do great things and they have the support and they go even further. But I can guarantee there's somebody at some point in their life that encouraged them to be better and to do better. Even if it wasn't family or friends, maybe a mentor, a teacher, a guidance counselor, a coach, somebody trained you to believe in yourself more than you believed in yourself at that time.
Jeez.
It's a heavy thing about keeping people in your corner that are going to support you, love you in any facet that you need, and help you grow. Right? I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with that, but I think it's the support we need when it comes to keeping people in your corner that way. So if you're young and you're doing this and you say, well, I want to go outside of my current position and my current place, and you don't know what to do, just try. The tribe in which you seek is out there. They'll guide themselves to you just by you doing. And we don't realize that. I'm not trying to make this sound effortless, but when you put in the effort, by just showing up, that's literally the hardest thing. Just show up and say hi.
Really just showing up, yeah.
Friend like that. Somebody will say hi to you. I used to I remember going to car shows when I had a Miata. Just pulled up. We already knew what we had something common to talk about.
Yep.
We all had Miatas.
Miata.
And so it was easy. All right, join a collective of filmmakers. Go work on somebody else's film. You're a music producer, go work with somebody else. Learn from them. I'll film you for free. I'll produce your music for free. Just get out there. Get out there and try and do that, man. As well. So, AJ, I got a question for you, man. Because you're out here in this media world. We kind of met each other through relationships with other people. Where do you see young people able to go, or just not even young people all the time, just people in general to go to kind of find their tribe a little bit?
Well, like a place, like a physical place that they can go to? Or
Yeah, but like, what does work for you?
Honestly, for me, it's just been getting out there. Like, I meet people along the way.
Where is out
Like,
there?
Out there is just anywhere, literally anywhere. Like you never know who you're, walking up next to or who you're running into. Right. One thing that I've always done, and of course you guys can see this, right? Y'all are watching, but I've always been a person to ask questions, talk to new people.
Yeah.
Right. I was never super uncomfortable with doing that, and that's what got me into certain circles and meeting certain people. It was actually just me meeting people along the way, like in New York or even online, because I used to do Omegle videos. And I remember one time I did an Omegle video with this YouTuber, had like 10K at the time. He's probably up there, super up there now. But I met him, and then through him, I got friends from the UK.
Wow.
So it's like really just me just putting myself out there and talking to people. Like, literally just as far as just me talking to people and connecting.
So let's talk about the hurdles of that. Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, we're two extroverted people.
Yeah.
99% of our day, if we're going out to do something, if we're not editing or shooting, it involves people.
Yeah.
That's not easy for everybody. There may be somebody at home going, yo, they talking about going out and meeting people. Like, I don't really comfortable like that.
Especially now, too.
Like, I'm kind of want to be home. Yeah. Like, yo, COVID messed me up with my social space. I was introverted before, now it's different. Like, how can those people, I don't want to say overcome those fears, but get comfortable or be okay with taking that first step, like putting themselves out there, getting out there, so to speak?
Wow. I would say for those people that they can start by, if they don't want to necessarily go out, they can start by doing video calls, right? Hopping on those platforms where you're talking to strangers online.
Really?
I think that actually helps a little bit.
So is it like just putting in the reps?
Yeah, just putting in the reps.
Getting comfortable talking to strangers.
Yeah. Just like being on camera. I seen this video. I can't remember necessarily who it was by, but I remember seeing it. It's basically talking about how if you can get used to talking to yourself on camera, you can talk to anybody.
Wow.
So if you got a camera, most people got a camera because if you got an iPhone, that's $1,500.
So AJ, you're telling people to practice talking to humans, they should sit in a room and talk to their camera like this?
Yeah, talk to yourself.
Like,
I would say that's how I got better.
Bro, that's wild. I'm not laughing. Is it a bad thing? I'm laughing because I've never heard that.
Yeah,
like that's totally new to me.
I would say get people. A lot of people, they don't know how to talk to people because they don't know how to talk to themselves. If that makes sense.
Sheesh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dime dropper. People don't know how to talk to people because they don't know how to talk to themselves.
Yeah. They sit at home.
You want to sit in this seat?
Hey, come on, let's do that,
bro. Jeez. Okay. Yo. We're gonna have to dive into that. We gotta dive in. People don't know how to talk to people because they don't know how to talk to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm sorry. We're done.
Yo,
turn the camera.
Just end it here. All right, guys. So we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week at.
Seriously, what the heck? Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. I don't know if I have enough energy to compute that right now. Yeah, 404 error. Seriously. Error. But like
Mr. Robot.
Seriously, like okay, let's try to dive into that. Let me gather my brain back. Yo. Okay, like you gonna have to talk because I'm gonna gain a question. My brain's rerouting neurons and creating pathways by what you just said to me.
Yeah,
I've never heard that ever. I've never heard that. Where'd you get that from? Like, where'd that come from? Is that just something that you just came to you?
That's the universe, man.
How did you come up with that?
I'm telling you, that's the universe.
All right, God, we're gonna thank God, the universe, for that. Oh, live and in color, internal computing meltdown.
I haven't heard
here.
that anywhere else, actually.
No, that's wild that you say that. And it hit me so hard and emotionally, just intuitively feeling that is like people don't know how to talk to others because they don't know how to talk to themselves. Jeez. That rings such a bell.
That's
because
on a deeper level of knowing yourself now.
The internal voice you have is often the voice of others that are around you.
Oh, what is this person thinking about me?
Ooh.
Oh,
who's the first people's voice we put in our heads from a young age? Our parents. Ooh. Now we're going deep, folks. Now we're going deep. Pull the gloves up, the boots on. Because that's so true. I was like, the first voice we have here internally and inside our heads is usually our parents or our guardians or the people around us at a young age. So if they're telling you, no, you can't, you're going to believe, no, I can't.
And even deeper, too. Like, even before we actually are conceived.
Oh, yeah. We hear the voice inside the womb.
Inside the womb. So whatever our moms are feeling, pops are feeling.
We get that. Anxiety, stress, tension, the belief system. Because DNA ain't nothing but code, 1 and 0.
Yep. That's why they say before actually sitting down, you got to make sure that you're healed so that your DNA isn't wiring the same trauma.
Because what you fail to heal is passed down to your children. Well, I'm glad I'm in a healing journey. Then we talked about that.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's a really a wild speculation to make, an association, not a speculation. It's association, right? Because if you don't know how to talk to yourself, you can't talk to others. Because if you talk negatively about yourself to yourself, you're not going to believe enough in yourself to believe you have value for others.
Yeah.
And more than likely, you're going to attract or gravitate towards those who fulfill that need you have of making that voice right. Because they say you believe whatever your mind tells yourself. So if you say, I can't do something, you're absolutely right. And the man that says he can do it, he's absolutely right. So if you have this negative self-image of yourself given to you at a young age from the people around you, you're then going to flock to people that maintain that image for you. And unless you make a current decision that I don't believe this, I want to change this, this is not my mind that I want to keep, or just me or my mind that I have, like what I want to keep, you're not going to be able to grow.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to grow, because you're going to have to find something in you that pushes you outside that zone to say, these voices in which I trusted for so long, these thoughts and beliefs are no longer real.
Yo.
And that journey can either be accelerated through the appreciation of the people around you, helping you change, helping you grow, speaking highly of you, and changing those voices you have to better ways. Or it can just be recertified back up. Like, nah, you are trash. You're not that good. You're not that great. Oh, well, I suck.
Damn.
Think about that. Like, we always say words are spells, right? And how many parents tell their kids that they're stupid? They're dumb.
I seen something like that the
suck.
other day.
You're lazy. You're ugly. You're this. Yo, you're creating that internal dialogue in your kid's head. And they don't have a choice to be around you or not. It's their choice.
You know what's even sadder though? When they actually they get to a point where they're conscious of what was actually happening. Because then that resentment comes in. And then they start distancing themselves from their parents.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that voice. This hurts me.
Mm-hmm.
This hurts me. I don't want this anymore.
And then that's more trauma, more line of hurt.
So is more of the
travels into the
company
extreme.
you keep not only other people, but the company you keep for yourself.
Yeah.
How you talk, how I talk to me is just as important
How I talk to others.
as others.
Mm-hmm.
That's really key. That's really it's deep. It's a little dark, but it's very important. Because man's always got jokes. Man's always got. You were gonna pull me in again. I'm not allowing you. We're not getting canceled because of you, AJ. I refuse. We're gonna have another show after that.
Oh man.
ASOL After Dark. I can bring them all the jokes. But bro, seriously though, that's a bit heavy. Because there's probably, I mean, you guys listening at home, you're probably home thinking like, maybe how am I talking to myself?
I like that idea actually. I'm sorry.
Right? Like, how am I talking to myself? Like, ask yourself that. Take a moment. Be quiet. Close your eyes. Think to yourself in the moment. How do I talk to myself throughout the day? Can I think of a time today that I spoke negatively upon myself and that kept me from doing something I wanted to do? How can I think of a time in a day of my day in which I talked to myself, where I amped myself up to do something that I didn't want to do, but I knew I could do? What is the voice inside your head telling you during the day? Are you happy with the guidance that your internal voice is giving you, or does it disturb you? Are you afraid of it? Do you keep away from it? Do you want to constantly be distracted to keep away from what the inner voice says? I mean, at this point, you can only ask yourself that, and there's no shame in it. Whatever conclusion you get to, believe that things can always get better. You're not stuck where you are. It just means you're going to have to take some work to get to where you want to be. I'm 36 years in this life, in this game of life. Only within the last 4 to 6 years has the mindset for myself changed. And that went through an extreme bout of pushing myself to my extremes. I've had to push myself in every area of my life to get me to the point to start believing in myself the way I do now. I had to push myself physically first. I had to push myself mentally in college. I had to push myself emotionally when I got in my 30s. And only now am I rewriting it to the fact of I can dictate how my day goes and how I feel regardless of my physical state. I can be tired coming into the studio, and I can say today's going to be an amazing day. We're going to have an amazing show. I can't wait. Because it's such a copy of every day of me telling that, I come in here with different energy. And then we sit down, and I'm like, yo, we're going to have a great show today. And we have a great show every day. Yeah. And it's literally great. And I'm like, oh, that was sick. Can't wait to see the edit. What clips are we going to use? This is going to be great, right? Yep. But imagine if I sat here and I was like, yo, today's going to be trash. your day 99% chance is gonna be trash. You're gonna be looking for the trash.
Yo, literally, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, found something that rectifies that meaning. So you gotta ask yourself, are you being good company to yourself?
Super important.
Are you being company to yourself? When nobody's around, you're home alone, you're in your own peace. Are you being good to yourself? Are you your own good company? We don't talk about that. We don't talk about if we're our own good company. We don't talk about if we're being good to ourselves. We automatically say to ourselves, nah, it's y'all fault. Y'all need to get out of here. It's y'all fault. Y'all the reason I'm not succeeding. It's this relationship. My girl been trying to bring me down, bruh. She see me trying to grind out here, bruh. And what she doing, bruh? She just holding me down, bruh.
Yep.
No, she not, bro.
You.
You're holding yourself down and using it as a scapegoat. Because you are the master of your destiny. Now, don't get me wrong. You got somebody that's abusing you, hurting you, harming you, affecting you in any way, then yes, they're harming you and keeping you from where you need to be. But in the end of the day, you control your destiny and where you want to go. But your decisions, what company you keep. And the thing is, let's be real here. Remember you said you use your judgment of how you feel around people as to whether or not you want to keep it around them.
Intuition, yeah.
You know you want positive vibes.
Yeah.
And the minute somebody bringing something different,
I'm off.
Spidey sense go off and go, nah, they've been talking crap about somebody since they got in the room. I can't have that around me.
Yeah.
Why are you here? You're here to talk crap about other people? That means you're gonna be talking crap about me.
Yep.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need that. That ain't helping me grow.
Like I said, sometimes they disband naturally though.
Yeah, because now you talking about something else and they ain't ready to be on that. They ain't ready to be on it. And that's when you say to yourself, nah, I'm good. I'm trying to be on a positive vibe. The energy you bring just ain't rocking. I'm okay with energy not always being high all the time, and I'm okay with you expressing yourself. To express your discontent or your like with something that may happen. But disdain from talking about the people, right? Talk about what happened. Talk about the behaviors behind it. Discuss it to learn to understand, to process, to heal and move on. Don't just say and badmouth people. Then I have to let you go because now you're turning their behaviors and actions into a personal thing. Don't do that. Like, what do you? Not that don't do it. What are you gaining from it? Is the question. What are you gaining from all that? How much energy? You out here grinding, right? You talking about I need to be around people that's building and growing, but you're constantly putting energy into what's bad mouthing others. Not just expressing your discontent for something that happened now. That's okay. Express that. Share, please. But, yo, you let that stuff linger on for a long time. Too much energy.
That's
trying to grow too much.
And that turns into your reality.
It does. Think about that. How many friends do we know that say, oh, trouble always find me? And anytime you talk to them.
Why?
Trouble always find them. And they say,
but
people
why?
always doing something to me. Is it really people?
Or is it you attracting that energy?
What are we doing?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know.
Same thing goes for
bad things do happen to people though, unexpectedly.
Very true.
So I'm not dismissing the fact that it does. But if things start happening in patterns, start asking yourself, is it them or is it really me?
Yeah.
And be honest, because the thing is, being honest with yourself, being your own best partner is going to get you to the true facts. Because if it is them, then all right, I need to distance myself. But if it's not, you're like, dang, maybe I need to work on me then. But you were saying?
No, I was just saying, I just wanted to add, that goes into like someone looking for a relationship, right? Oh, I want this guy to do this, or I want this girl to be this and be that. But what are you actually doing? Who are you to even ask a person of that, or to even ask of that of a person?
That's such a good point. That is such a good point.
Like, we talk about wanting the best guy, but are you being the best woman for the guy that you're looking for?
And vice versa. How many dudes out here talking about y'all want a girl with this, this, and this? I'm like, homeboy, you don't bring any of that to the table.
Hey, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You're not him. You're not him. I don't know who needed to tell you that, but you're not him.
But you can be.
And
that's the beautiful part.
Being her,
And that's you guys can be.
Shout out to pronouns in that.
You will learn to attract what it is you keep inside for yourself. And that's where I've never had fear of if someone was right for me, because as I keep building, if you're willing to grind and support with me, you're going to be with me on this journey.
Yeah.
You're going to grow and learn. You may not be growing at the speed I am if I'm flying, but you're going to grow in certain sense because it's contagious. You get around people enough, one or two things. They're going to say, I'm really sorry your positivity and your growth is really pissing me off. I got to leave. Or they're going to be like, that's really awesome. I bet I could do that too.
Sure. Sound like my relationship.
I'm just saying.
Or relationships, because, you know, friendships are still relationships.
Yes, sir.
So, but
yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Yeah. I've learned, like I said multiple times to you know, to Bree, shout out Bree if you watching. But I've said multiple times, like, you taught me so much about myself. And then of course I taught her about herself as well.
And that's a huge key in a relationship.
And you can see, like, it's something about when you see it take place, right? Because I'm not the type to say, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, right? I understand action, right? Action is super important if you're trying to build.
Yes.
Right? And I see it most of the time, and I pay attention that she's paying attention. And I don't know, it's something about that that's just beautiful. It's like I don't force it.
And I think that's important. I think, especially at the age you are at, where you're going to grow and you're discovering, you're seeing where things are, allowing your partner to grow into their space as well is invaluable.
Yeah.
Don't try to control them. Let them become who they're going to be. Because at the end of the day, if it works out or not, you want to know it's because they were being who they truly needed to be and wanted to be, and not who you truly want them to be. Two different things. Mad things, my guy. But I think, bro, we've come to the point in the episode, bro. This has been a heavy one. I liked it, though. It's wild. It's something that as you can see, I hold heavy on my heart and my journey with my life and relationships with so many great people I've learned. But I think it's important we talk about these things. I think it's important that we share them. And I hope that you guys watching at home got something from me on just sharing these things with you, from AJ sharing the things with you as well. And as always, man, just remember, like, life is a journey. Everything doesn't always work out the first time, but it doesn't mean it's over. Keep grinding, keep growing, keep learning. The more you do that, guarantee you're going to be in a better spot than you were before.
It's not over until it's over, no.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it this long, you already know, and might as well just do it. Give us a like, shoot it up with the thumbs up, give us a follow, hit that nice subscribe button, and hit ding that bell so that way you can get notifications when we post shows. We usually do it every Monday morning at 7 a.m. To wake up bright and early with some Monday morning madness was to say it aloud. Yeah. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you guys for tuning in. Another wonderful show. I'm your host, Chris J. My boy, Mr. AJ X Beast here today. And as always, it's nothing but love. Peace.
And until next time, we are out of here.